It was a Sunday afternoon, the kind of day that starts quiet but ends with truths you wish you hadn't heard. I was sitting in the living room scrolling through emails when Mia, my girlfriend of 3 years, walked in. She looked nervous, fidgeting with her fingers the way she always did when something heavy sat on her mind. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice oddly soft. I set my phone down and nodded. I thought maybe it was about work. She'd been complaining about her new manager, a guy named Aaron. I didn't expect what came next. She sat across from me, eyes darting to the floor. "I've been thinking," she began slowly. "About us." My chest tightened, that phrase never led anywhere good. She continued, "I feel like we've become comfortable. Predictable. And there's this guy at work who's been really kind, really fun to talk to. I just wanted to ask, would it bother you if I maybe went on a date with him? Just to see how I feel?" For a moment, the room fell silent. My heart didn't just sink, it froze. She was serious. My girlfriend was asking permission to test her feelings for another man. She looked at me with those same soft eyes she used when asking for a favor, like I was supposed to understand. And that's when something inside me, something patient and quiet, snapped, not in anger, but in clarity. I smiled. Calmly. Maybe too calmly. And I said, "You already have." Her face went pale. "What are you talking about?" she asked quickly, her voice trembling just enough to confirm what I already knew. I leaned back, keeping my tone even. "Mia, don't insult me. You've already gone out with him. You've already had your see how I feel moment." Her mouth opened, then closed. I could see the panic building behind her eyes, the way people look when they realize their lie has a hole big enough for the truth to walk through. "No, I haven't," she stammered. "I just wanted to be honest." "Honest?" I interrupted gently. "Honesty would have been telling me before you had dinner with him last week. Before he dropped you off 2 blocks away from our apartment. Before you lied and said you were working late." Her face froze. I could almost hear her heartbeat in the silence. "You followed me," she whispered. I shook my head. "Didn't need to. You left your smartwatch at home that day. It's synced to your phone, remember? I saw the location, the restaurant, the time. You were there for 3 hours." Mia's breath hitched. She looked like someone who'd just seen her own reflection for the first time, and hated what she saw. "It wasn't a date," she tried to insist. "We just talked." I nodded slowly. "Right. Just talked. Like how you just talked in the car when he drove you home. Like how you just talked when you deleted your chat history afterward." Her shoulders slumped. Tears filled her eyes, and she whispered, "I didn't mean for it to go that far." I didn't respond. I wasn't angry, not yet. I'd gone through anger already, days before, when I first saw the signs. The late replies. The sudden perfume changes. The way she started taking her phone to the bathroom. I'd already lived the heartbreak in silence, now I was just closing the chapter. After a long pause, I said quietly, "You came here asking for permission to betray me, not realizing you already had." Mia started crying. "I swear, I didn't sleep with him. I was confused. I just wanted to know if what I feel for you is real." I looked at her, really looked at her, and realized how far we'd drifted. "And now?" I asked. "Do you know?" She wiped her tears. "Yes," she whispered. "I love you. I made a mistake. Please, I'll end it. I'll block him, I'll do whatever." I stood up. "Mia, you didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. A mistake is forgetting to lock the door. You chose to hide things. You chose to test love like it was an experiment." She reached out to grab my hand, but I stepped back. "Don't," I said softly. "I can forgive a lot of things, but not this. You didn't come to me with guilt, Mia, you came for permission to feel less guilty. Her sobs got louder. Please, Daniel. Don't end this over one mistake. I love you. I looked around the apartment, the plants she picked, the photos we'd taken, the life we'd built, and realized it already felt like a museum of something dead. I used to love you, I said finally. But that version of us doesn't exist anymore. She fell to her knees, crying into her hands. I walked to the door, grabbed my jacket, and paused. The worst part, I said quietly, is that you came here hoping I'd say yes, just so you could blame me later. Daniel said I could. That's why you asked. To make the guilt easier. She didn't answer. She couldn't. As I walked out, she whispered behind me, I never meant to hurt you. I turned back for one last look. You didn't mean to, I said, but you did anyway. And that says everything. I left the apartment and didn't look back. The elevator ride down felt endless. My chest was tight, but my mind was clear, painfully clear. I didn't want revenge. I didn't want her to hurt. I just wanted peace. And peace, I realized, sometimes comes only when you stop fighting for people who already left in their hearts. Weeks passed before I heard from her again. She texted once, I miss you. Aaron and I aren't even talking anymore. I just want to fix things. I didn't reply. Not because I wanted to punish her, but because I was finally done giving her the pieces of myself she didn't know how to hold. Months later, I ran into her by accident at a cafe. She looked tired, not physically, but soul-tired. She smiled weakly. How have you been? She asked. I smiled back, calm and steady. Better, I said simply. She hesitated, as if hoping for a different answer. Do you still think about me? I nodded once. Sometimes. But only as a reminder. A reminder of what? She asked quietly. I met her eyes. Of what love shouldn't feel like, and of the moment I finally chose myself. She looked down, tears brimming again. I'm sorry, Daniel. I stood up, dropped a few bills on the table, and said gently, I know. But sorry doesn't erase you already have. Then I walked out to calm, free, and finally at peace.